Good morning, everyone. What is today? Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday, right? I think it's Wednesday. Anyway, hey, hope you're having a great morning, great day. Man, those semifinal games, that is what college football fans are hoping for, unless you're an Alabama or Texas fan, of course. Great games, great endings. Couldn't have scripted any better for the last year for the 14 playoff. Hopefully, national title game will be just as exciting, just as good. We're going to go over all the bowl games on New Year's Day. Got some basketball stuff to update you on too. Got some news. Before we start, hit that little subscribe button down there so you don't miss anything. All right, let's get down to it. Like we said, national championship game set next Monday. Michigan versus Washington. These two have had some great battles over the years, especially back in the Rose Bowl. And during the regular season, I remember 2002 when those two played. That was a really, really good game, too. So we got Sunday, you got the FCS championship game. South Dakota State versus Montana, two powerhouse FCS programs. And then the following day, Monday, FBS national championship game, Michigan and Washington. That should be a good one, too. All right, so on to some more news. Speaking of the state of Washington, Washington State quarterback Cam Ward, he announces he's entering the NFL draft. So no more Cam Ward for Washington State. Good quarterback. I enjoyed watching him play. Best of luck to him. Murray State head football coach Dan Hood, he's going to retire. 40 years in coaching, been around a lot of places. He decides time to hang it up and I guess spend times with family and the grandkids. So good luck to you, Coach Hood. Enjoy your retirement, whatever you like to do. Ex-Oregon State quarterback DJ Ugaungale, I can never say his name right. I probably butchered it right there. Transferring to Florida State. He's going to be a Seminole. This is his third school to transfer to. This transferring stuff kind of gets out of hand sometimes. The guy that came down here to Rice, was Daniels, JT Daniels, I think his name was. It's like his fifth school. It's like, when do you just settle down somewhere? I mean, I don't know. Anyway, DJ going to his third school, Florida State. Former LSU cornerback Deuce Chestnut. He was at Syracuse previously. He's going back to Syracuse. I think he had enough of Baton Rouge. Hey, Ole Miss quarterback Jackson Dart says he will return to the Rebels next season. Enjoy watching him play, so I'm glad he's coming back next year. Alabama edge rusher Dallas Turner, after the Rose Bowl, said, "I'm going pro. I'm gone. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it." So, he's going. He wants you to know it. Ex-Minnesota quarterback, Ethan, see if I can say this guy's name. Probably not, I'll butcher it. I know I've heard it on TV before hundreds of times. Ethan Kalikamanis. I'm going to stop right there. He's transferring to Rutgers. I don't know why what's going on there, but he started like 17 games, I think it said, for Minnesota. But he's going to Rutgers now. After the loss in the Fiesta Bowl, Liberty quarterback Kadon Salter, he's entering the transfer portal. I don't know. Maybe they're going to lose a bunch of guys here in the offseason. I don't know, but he's leaving. All right, so let's go back to New Year's Day. Reliant Quest Bowl. Man, it looked like in the first quarter, Wisconsin was up 14-0. It looked like Wisconsin was just going to run away with this thing. We all know how bad LSU's defense has been this year. Daniels, he was opting out. He was on the sideline there, but he was opting out. Nussmeier, he was starting. I got to tell you, I was very impressed with Nussmeier. I think if LSU gets that defense fixed, gets a couple more. Sorry, I got a runny nose because it's cold outside. If they can get a couple more receivers in there, man, I think LSU should be pretty good. Get a running back too, because you need to work on the running game too. But very impressed with him. He did a damn good job. 395 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. He did throw a pick, But other than that, he had a damn good day. Jackson, rushing touchdown for LSU. Thomas Jr., 98 receiving yards, 2 touchdown catches. Wisconsin's Mordecai, 378 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Acker, he had 86 rushing yards and a touchdown. Pauling, 143 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns. LSU's linebacker, Hale Perkins Jr., got in the backfield. They handed it off to him. 1 yard rushing touchdown for him. LSU's defense stepped up when they needed to. And they look better than they have in some of the games this past season. So, 5 sacks, 7 tackles for loss. Not a bad day there. Wisconsin, they were 6 for 15 on third down. 506 total yards, 7 penalties for 50 yards. Like we said, they dominated the first quarter, 14-0, and LSU started settling in and made a game out of it. LSU, they were 3 for 9 on third down, 492 total yards, 5 penalties for 45 yards. They, after that 14-0 start in the first quarter, they came back and outscored Wisconsin in second, third, and fourth quarter of that game. So LSU, Reliant Quest Bowls. Wisconsin, I thought they'd be better than they were this year, but I think starting next year they're going to start getting better and better and better. Fiesta Bowl, boy, man. Liberty looked hot in that first couple possessions, and then not so much afterwards. Oregon beats them 45-6. Bo Nix, 363 passing yards, 5 touchdowns. Irving, 117 rushing yards and a touchdown. Johnson, 102 receiving yards and a touchdown. Salter for Liberty, 126 passing yards. Touchdown pass to Hanshaw in the first quarter. That was it. And then we mentioned he's going to transfer out. Oregon, 28 first downs, 6 for 11 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down. 584 total yards, 2 penalties, just 2 penalties for 20 yards. Liberty, 15 first downs, 5 for 11 on third down, 0 for 1 on fourth down, 294 total yards, 6 penalties for 49 yards and 2 turnovers in that one. I wanted to pick Liberty to win this game, but man, having Bo Nix, I just couldn't pick against that. His last game and everything. Just couldn't pick against it. Iowa fans, the Brian Ferentz experiment is over. You've got to be happy about that, especially after Tennessee beat y'all down 35-0. Another one. Gonna try to say his name if I butcher it. Tennessee quarterback Lamalavia. Maybe I did it. 151 passing yards, touchdown. Ran for 27 yards and 3 touchdowns in this game. Castles, receiving touchdown. Iowa Hill, 56 passing yards, two interceptions. Lara's leading rusher, 51 rushing yards. Brown, the leading receiver, 39 receiving yards. I know you Iowa fans got to be happy Brian Ferentz is gone. Tennessee's Pierce Jr., 52-yard pick six. Tennessee defense, 5 tackles, 8 tackles for loss. Not too bad there. Iowa defense, even though they got blown out 35-0, still had a decent day. 6 sacks, 6 tackles for loss. Higgins, 16 tackles, 14 of them solo. Jackson, the other linebacker, 11 tackles, 9 solo. So decent day for the defense, even though they did get blown out like that. They had good numbers there. They really did. Tennessee, 25 first downs, 3 for 12 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down. 383 total yards, 3 penalties for 30 yards, 0 turnovers. Something every coach wants to see. Iowa, only 11 first downs, 2 for 15 on third down, 2 for 4 on fourth down, 173 total yards, 5 penalties for 40 yards, 3 turnovers. Kirk Ferentz, I'm sure he loves his son like every father loves their son, but he might be in the back of his mind going, let's get OC in here so we can win. Not going to tell his son that, but, Okay, semifinal game. First one, Rose Bowl. What a freaking game. Man, that fourth down stop at the end. Milroe ran in. Well, he actually tripped over his own, the center, I think, or lineman. Kind of fell into it. But, man, the way it looked, right to a wall, that was just like classic college football fourth down stop. I mean, it was just great game. Rose Bowl. Great Rose Bowl again. Went to overtime. Michigan 27, Bama 20. J.J. McCarthy, 221 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. Corum, 83 rushing yards, touchdown, the receiving touchdown. I thought Corum had more rushing yards than that until I looked it up. I was like, wow. I thought he had over 100. But Wilson, 73 receiving yards and a touchdown. Alabama, Milroe, 116 passing yards. McClellan, 87 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. Richard, kicker, he kicked 8 points for Alabama. Michigan defense, man, God, dog. 6 sacks, 5 of them in the first half. That was just an incredible performance. 10 tackles for loss they had that day in the Rose Bowl. Barrett, 7 solo tackles. Stewart had 6 solo tackles in that one. Michigan had 15 first downs, 2 for 11 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down, 351 total yards. If you saw those numbers, you'd be like, how'd they win that game? Had the ball 5 minutes less than Alabama in that game, too. Like I said, look at those numbers. You're like, how the hell did they win? Bama, 17 first downs, 3 for 13 on third down, 288 total yards for an Alabama team. Like I said, great game. Classic stop at the end, even though Milroe did trip over his own guy. What a way, Rose Bowl. What a way. Sugar Bowl next. Man, that was a game, too. Washington 37, Texas 31. Penix Jr., 430 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Johnson, 2 rushing touchdowns. Polk, 122 receiving yards, a touchdown. McMillan had a receiving touchdown. When Washington, one thing about those semifinals, man, 2 muff punts. Muff punt in each game where you did not need to do that. Sometimes you just think, why don't you just get rid of the punt and make them play all 4 downs? If they get a first down, great. If they don't, turns over on downs, because it just seems like there's too many muff punts at important times in games. Not just this year, but the last few years. It's like nobody can catch a punt anymore. When it happens to your team, you are pissed. When it happens to the other team, of course, you're like, all right. But I don't know. Maybe they should just do away with the punt. I don't know. Hewers, 318 passing yards, touchdown. Baxter, Blue, Murphy all had rushing touchdowns for the Longhorns. Mitchell had a TD catch. Washington defense, 2 turnovers, 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. Their kicker, Gross, 13 points in this one. Texas defense, 1 turnover, 0 sacks, 3 tackles for loss. Washington O-line, they just held off Texas. Texas got great defense, but Washington O-line just held them off of Penix all night long. Pretty incredible. Washington, 25 first downs, 3 for 11 on third down, 1 for 2 on fourth down, 532 total yards, 5 for 39 yards and penalties. They had the ball 13 more minutes than Texas did in that game. Texas, 23 first downs, 4 for 11 on third down, 498 total yards, but they did have 10 penalties for 66 yards. Seeing a lot of chatter, especially online these last couple of days, about a lot of those penalties were unwarranted, and Texas got screwed. Hey, we all get screwed because we all know how horrible this officiating has been the last few years. I don't know if they got to send these guys back to school, send them to the eye doctor before each season starts. They got to do something, because it's just every team, I think every team in every sport is probably getting screwed at least once a week because of bad officiating. Probably even happens in NASCAR too, who knows. All right, so Texas fan, it wasn't all bad for you. Monday, your basketball team beat UT Arlington 79-62. So there you go. All right, yesterday, basketball. Number 1, Purdue beat Maryland 67-53. Zach Edey led the way again, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 7 for 8 from the free throw line. Purdue shot 46% from the field. Number 4, UConn beat DePaul 85-56. UConn's Spencer, 20.6 rebounds. Team shot 58% from the field, 46% from three-point land. Number 5, Tennessee beat Norfolk State 87-50. Tennessee, 46% from the field, scored 23 points off of turnovers. Got a good one Saturday. I just saw the advertisement for, I think it was last night, Tennessee versus Ole Miss. Later in the day, I believe it's like 5 p.m. Should be a pretty good one. Number 8, North Carolina beat Pitt 70-57. North Carolina's Baycott, 11 points, 10 rebounds. North Carolina only shot 37% from the field in this game. Number 9, Illinois beat Northwestern 96-66. Illinois' Domask, 32 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. Harmon came off the bench, 20 points for the Illini. Number 13, Colorado State beat New Mexico 76-68. Colorado State's Cartier, 21 points. Behind him, Stevens had 18 points. New Mexico, they're a good team. They are 12-2 right now. Good team. Number 14, Duke beat Syracuse 86-66. Mitchell for Duke, 21.6 rebounds. What else we got there? Syracuse, Brown came off the bench, 26 points, leading scorer for them. Number 17, Florida Atlantic beat Eastern Carolina 79-64. Both Martin and Davis for Florida Atlantic had 20 points in this one. Florida Atlantic shot 48% from the field. Number 18, Baylor beat Cornell at 98-79. Walther for Baylor, 23 points, 9 rebounds. Baylor shot 55% from the field, 45% from three-point land. Number 21, Wisconsin beat Iowa 83-72. The game's actually tied at halftime. Wisconsin's Wall, 19 points, 8 rebounds. Crowell, 14 points, 13 rebounds. And he also had 11 defensive rebounds in this one. Number 25, Auburn beat Penn 88-68. Auburn's Brome, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 11 defensive rebounds. Also, Auburn shot 49% from the field. Utah State, man, 13-1. They're not looking too bad. Beat Air Force 88-60. Osabar for Utah State, 32 points, 9 rebounds. Hell of a game for him. Wake Forest, they're 10-3. They beat Boston College 84-78. Wake Forest LaSalle, 21 points. They shot 53% from the field, 48% from three-point land. Creighton, they're 10-4. They beat Georgetown 77-60. Alexander for Creighton, 25 points in this one. Nice game for him. Bowling Green, they're 10-3 now. They beat Eastern Michigan 92-90 in overtime. Vermont's 10-5. They beat Brown by 1 point. Southern Illinois is 10-5. They beat Belmont by 10 points. Kansas State 10-3. They beat Chicago State 62-55. Chicago State, remember a couple weeks back, they go up to Evanston, beat Northwestern on their home court. Northwestern, who's a good team. Well, since then, Chicago State is 3-4. I don't know if they've still got a Northwestern hangover or what, but St. John's 10-4. They beat 10-4 Butler 86-70. SMU's 10-4. They beat Charlotte 66-54. Drake 12-2. They beat Illinois State 88-71. Drake's DeVries 22 points, followed by Wright, who had 21 points. So that is it. We will be back more than likely Sunday morning to go over today, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Everything that's going on. Preview these national championship games. FCS on Sunday, FBS on Monday. That'll be it for our football season, other than, like Senior Bowl and stuff like that. Went by quick, didn't it? I mean, it really did. When, man, college football gets here, you're so excited. It's like that is gone. But, hey, basketball, they're getting into conference play now. We've had some good non-conference games the last couple months. But, man, it really gets going. It really starts getting good here in January. Starts this week. So, even though football is ending and we're sad, basketball is fixing to be on fire. Then a couple months, hey, we got softball and baseball starting up. Always good. So, we will see y'all next Sunday. Be safe. Work hard. Make your boss proud. And we'll see you next time.